Welcome back, fellas, to another day on the BDG Bets channel. Obviously, I'm Gut, and we have Luke back another day. Obviously, we crushed yesterday. At least the minus 500 challenge did cash for both of us. So we are looking up on the minus 500 challenge, which we're going to get into later, as well as I cashed my MLB plays. How did you do with your MLB plays? I know Corbin Burns went out early with a elbow injury. UCL gone forever, never coming back.
Yeah, that was tough. I got blessed a little bit there. It would have been a big sweat, but I went 3-1 yesterday. 4-1 if we combined our plays, and I also hit the minus 500 challenge. So we're locked in right now.
We are dialed. So let's continue being dialed today. We are going to go over the NBA today as promised yesterday. So today we're doing mainly an NBA preview. I have a lot of series picks, which I should pull up right now. I have three series picks that I'm going to get into, and I know Luke has some very heavy opinions on the final series so far. So we're going to go over that. Obviously, it is Thunder and Pacers. We're going to hop into MLB after, as you can see on the left side of your screen. But it is Thunders and Pacers for this series, for the NBA Finals. Not a finals that we anticipated much. We expected the Thunder to get there, but for the Pacers to get there, it was kind of surprising. I had a slip back last June that I posted on Twitter. If you're an OG, you know I had the Thunder at plus 800 to win the NBA championship last June. So obviously, I'm going to be pulling for the Thunder in this one. I think the Thunder win this series. I don't think there's any sort of commotion about it. I don't think it's really going to be that big of a sweat. I do have the Thunder winning in 5 games. What are your thoughts, Lucas?
Yeah, I mean, the Thunder opened as minus 700 to win the series. Although the Pacers have made it this far, for some reason, every time they win a series, I'm like, they're still not like that good. They just
there's ass.
they just keep winning. What I have written down, especially, I locked in one play, and it's because Caruso, Wallace, and Dort, I think, are going to give Halliburton hell. Like that slow shot motion with how good those defenders are, I think will really bother him. I took Halliburton under 31.5 PRAs, just a sneak peek of what I got into, just because those defenders are insane. They trap ball screens and they're good at stopping rebounds and assists too. So I felt that was a good ad.
Yeah, no, for sure. Tyrese is always a really tough one because obviously we always anticipate him in certain matchups to do like specific shit, and then he either just goes off for no
Yeah,
reason or he decides to absolutely be an absolute shitter, exactly like we think.
I know. It's like you're watching the Knicks game and he has like a 35-point triple double, and then the next game he takes 6 shots. And you're like, how
Yeah.
the fuck do I even predict this? But
He's one of the most unpredictable players I've ever seen in the NBA, at least at this high of a level that he's
yeah,
playing at the superstar quota for being super inconsistent.
yeah.
What I do have is some series plays. So we have the Thunder. I have the Thunder to win 4-1 at plus 200 on BetMGM right now. I feel like you're getting pretty good odds there. I think the Pacers steal a game. I think a sweep. We're expecting a little bit too much. This Pacers team isn't that bad. I mean, obviously they put together. I mean, they're in the finals. They can't be that bad. And I think they come home, the atmosphere in Indiana is nuts as it always is. I think they can sneak a game, kind of like the Wolves did, where they just shock them, they blow them out, it's a blowout, whatever. But
Yeah.
I'm also going to pair that with Lou Dort, the most made threes in the series. The other guys that are favored are Tyrese Halliburton, who I think is not going to take enough shots. Then we also have Aaron Neesmith, who's not going to take enough shots. When you look at the pass against the Thunder, he's not draining threes like he once was in the series last series. Then we're going to pair that with Chet Holmgren to go over 8 rebounds every game. That's plus 350. So in total, we have a plus 200, a plus 500 in Lou Dort, and a plus 350 in Chet Holmgren. And I love all these plays. Chet Holmgren to get 8 rebounds. He's had 8 and 13 against the Pacers so far this season. He didn't play 2 games against the Pacers already this season, so he's only played 2. And in those games, he's had 8 and 13 rebounds with plenty of rebound chances. That's really what we're looking at. He's seeing a ton of rebound chances in a fast-paced playing game. I think Isaiah Hardenstein is cooked. So I think Chet's going to see a ton of rebound chances in the finals. I think Lou Dort is going to have easily the most made threes. Is he just going to he's had 3 3-pointers in every game against Indy this year except for one. So if you stack that up, there's no one that's going to have more threes than that. And then obviously Thunder winning 4-1, you feel great about. Thoughts?
Yeah, I especially love the Lou Dort play. I was thinking about playing him straight regardless in game one. His volume against the Pacers was ridiculous this year. It was like 13 and 16 shots, if I'm not mistaken. Which for a guy like Dort, like I know he's kind of a cone when it comes to field goal percentage, but still that volume is unmatched. Yeah, and the 4-1 thing too. I know everyone complains about this year's finals, but the atmosphere will be good at least. Like both home courts are
100%.
amazing. So I could definitely see like OKC because they're way better than the Pacers in my opinion. The Pacers could steal one at their home court, and I think the 4-1 has good value at plus 200 as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously favored. What's crazy is you go to BetMGM, you look at some of the lines and some of the other ones. For them to win in less than 6 games, so 6.5 games, is minus 375. For them to win in more than 4 games, it's minus 375. So it's like you're winning in 5 or 6 games according to the books, no matter what. They are favored. I think it's a minus 500 to win in. What was the exact thing they had? They had another. It was pretty much win in five, but it was a minus 500 play that for the Thunder. They're minus 600 to win the first game and then win the series. It's stuff like that that just makes me like. I feel like 5 wins for the Thunder or 5 games for the Thunder to win feels like a lock.
Yeah, it just tells you really how good the Thunder is in general. Because like even the Knicks were like Knicks and Pacers. Pacers were favored in most home games. Knicks were favored in most home games. Thunder are just like opened as 10-point favorites. Will probably be 6, 7-point favorites in every road game as well. So
Yeah,
they're
it's nuts.
just they're unstoppable. I think the only team that had a chance of messing with them was the Celtics, and they're out of there. So
I
yeah, Thunder
agree.
should have it locked up.
All right. Well, that's pretty much all we can say for the series so far. We will be getting into game one later on this week. So make sure to stay tuned for that and to come back for that if you're a big NBA fan. But we do still MLB today. You have 2 MLB plays, and then we have the minus 500 challenge for today. So let's waste no time. Let's hop straight into it. What
All
do you
right.
got for today?
So my first play, I took Tyler Anderson over 4.5 Ks. Locked it in plus money last night, but you can still get it at very playable odds. The Red Sox brought up Marcelo Meyer, who's a great prospect, don't get me wrong, but he strikes out a lot against left-handed pitching, and that's adding to a lineup that already K'd a ton. So every single person in their lineup is now over a 22% K rate, which is league average. So pretty much everyone's a target, which I love. Anderson has decent enough whiff and chase rates. Like he's only over in 55% of games this year, but has a really good changeup, and he's good enough to go over this line with how many targets they have. Something I have written down: recent left-handed starters against Boston: Trevor Rogers 5 Ks, Povich 6 Ks, Sale 8 Ks, Skubal 11 Ks, Reagan's 8 Ks. I know three of those guys are Sale, Skubal, and Reagan's, who are like insane K arms, but still, I will buy it at plus money because I love Anderson and I think he can get it done against a bunch of left-handed bats.
Yeah, no, I like that play a lot. You're like, yeah, let me name the 3 best left-handed
Yeah.
pitchers in the game.
Yeah, it's a little that stat is a little bit fraud. That's like something you throw in there. It's like 8 plus Ks. It's like a clickbait thing because it's Sale, Scooble, and Reagan's.
Yeah, but no, it's still very valid. I do like that play a lot.
My next play is going to be Steven Kolick over 16.5 outs. The last two games, the Padres, they had Cease and Randy Vasquez pitch. If you know anything about Randy Vasquez, he's an absolute dog shitter. And Cease failed to go five. So both of them failed to go five over the last two games. So their bullpen is taxed. Kolick is a really low pitches per PA guy. He has a 3.55 pitches per PA, which is would be top three in the league if he like had the amount of appearances to make it count. He has an xERA in the 55th percentile, and he's juiced for under 2.5 ERA. So I don't think he gets shelled here. The Giants are not a good offense. They're bottom 10 in on base percentage and WRC plus for right-handed pitching. They do see a lot of pitches, which is the downside, but Kolek's been pulled at 5.1 outs twice. So like with the leash he should be getting today with that tax bullpen, I think he can get over that hump.
Yeah, they also have the highest ground ball percentage. Should be
That's
some
good too.
easy outs for today.
Hmm.
Yeah, everything I'm looking at looks like that's a very good play. I might hop on that with you as well here today.
Yeah, like
So
higher ground ball percentage too, better chance for double plays, which can get you out of innings
100%.
quicker.
Yeah, no, he should have a pretty good day today. But now we have the play that everybody's looking forward to. We have the minus 500 play. And me and Luke are on the same play today, so we're not gonna be dismantled with two different plays today. We're gonna be lining up for one play for the rest of our lives. It's June 2nd, day 2 of the minus 500 challenge, and on today we're taking the Dodgers Mets game. Why would we not take the Dodgers Mets game? Because Paul Blackburn is coming back to the mound after a year-long hiatus. Now, not only that. He only played like 5 games last year, if I'm not mistaken, then got injured, was dealing with injuries back and forth, missed the entirety of the year. Now he's coming back against the loaded Dodgers lineup, who might be just simply the best team in baseball. And I don't think there's a might be next to that. They think they are the best team in baseball. Getting your first start versus the Dodgers is never easy. So we're taking the Dodgers to have over 2.5 runs today at exactly minus 500. 2.5 runs is all it takes for the Dodgers. This should be a no sweat bet. The wind's blowing out of the ballpark, so we should see a lot of runs, home runs today. I think Dodgers easily cover 2.5 runs in this ball game for minus 500.
Even better too, minus 500 on the dot.
On the dizzy.
Dots. But yeah,
No.
I love that too. The Dodgers, great offense. Blackburn, not a very good pitcher. So that one should be free.
Listen, it's simple. We don't got to make it complicated. It's day 2. We still have 24 more days after this one. So we have a lot left on the table. Let's capitalize on today and let's get another dub. We won yesterday, so now it's time to throw it and win once again. That's all we got for today, fellas. Make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe, all that sort of fun shit down below, especially if you're new. We always greatly appreciate it. Make sure to leave a comment on what you're playing today, or hop in the Discord and get a little discourse in the Discord about what you're playing for today. I always love to hear what you guys are on as well, because sometimes I just tell you guys. Sometimes I just blindly tell you guys. I don't even tell you half the time until after the fact, and I'm like, damn, that cashed or whatever. So make sure to hop in there. Make sure to go follow Luke's channels as well on Twitter and TikTok. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.